Okay, so this morning I got up and checked the news about the Republican debates and was crushed to learn that the one candidate who was not batshit insane, the only one who knew anything about the Constitution, the only one who was not a chicken hawk, got fourth place. What the hell, people? Have you learned nothing? Do you think that you can just elect the same idiots over and over again, and our problems won't get worse?
Discipline, sex, and drinking binges, the mountain of cocaine, tons of cocaine, marijuana abuse, hooked on drugs.
Time for us to bug out.
Okay, so I said I was going to talk about constitutional federalism and states' rights and all that, so that's what I'm going to do today. Power corrupts, and the more power you have, the more corrupt you become. Now, which is more powerful, the federal government or the state governments? Why do you think we have so much corruption in Washington? Duh. Also, state legislatures are more in tune with the needs of their voters because your vote counts for more in the state election because there's fewer people, fewer votes. So, like, if Texas wanted a completely 100% free market in healthcare, and California wanted single-payer universal health care, or rather universal health coverage, because there's no such thing as universal care, but guess what? If the federal government stays out of it, both states can get what they want. The federal government starts meddling in healthcare, somebody gets shafted. You know, this is not a difficult concept to understand. And that's why the Constitution was written in such a way that nearly all powers were reserved for the states. That's why the federal government is one of enumerated powers rather than unlimited powers. If you're confused about this, try reading the Federalist Papers. It's a good read. Little dry. I have not read all of the Federalist Papers, but I've read a few parts, and you know, you can ignore the sections that were written by Alexander Hamilton because he was a monarchist and a corrupt bastard, too. But the parts written by James Madison are worth reading, because James Madison is erroneously considered the father of the Constitution. And these enumerated powers are pretty specific. You know, coining money, establishing a post office, establishing an army and a navy, establishing a patent office and trademarks, you know. There's this list in the Constitution. It's there for anyone to read if you want to know if it's constitutional or not. And Mike Honda, I hate to mudsling, but this is important. Mike Honda has written on his website, last time I checked, if he ever sees this, he'll probably take it down, but Mike Honda admits on his website that he does not know enough about the Constitution to know whether the legislation that he's voting on is constitutional or not. That is a person who is not even qualified to take the oath of office. And that's the end of mudslinging.